All right, for the last part of this meeting, I want to share a little bit of my life journey from July 2018 through the end of that year. And I'm sharing this via video because I don't think I could do this in front of you guys. I've got notes on both sides here, so I'm going to be referring to. But my cancer came back in July of 2018. I literally collapsed in my driveway and spent 9 days in the hospital. I remember very, very little of it, but a lot transpired over from that day forward for the next probably to the end of the year. I was hospitalized a total of 42 days during that time, twice with sepsis, and it was touch and go whether I would even live through it. I had multiple surgeries. Twice I had to go to Vanderbilt, once to get what's called a urostomy because cancer had invaded my bladder, and I kept having blood clots, and I would end up in the ER because I couldn't urinate. So they would have to irrigate my bladder, and just chunks of blood clots would come out of it. Finally, it got to the point that I couldn't bear it any longer. So they take a piece of your small intestine and create an external bladder, which fascinates me to this day. 1 week after that surgery, my left kidney shut down, and I was back in the ER, and they transported me to Vanderbilt. And about midnight, one night, they placed what's called a nephrostomy tube in my left kidney. It's a catheter that I have to have physically changed out every 8 weeks. The average person lives less than 255 days with that nephrostomy tube, and that was July of 2018. To give you an idea of kind of some of the struggles that I went through. I'm sharing some of this with you to tell you this. When this first started, prior to that, I was big and bad, strong and tough, headstrong. And it only took one day for me to wake up and realize that I wasn't strong enough to face this on my own. I wasn't smart enough, for sure. Used to, I thought I could figure anything out. I quickly realized that I couldn't figure nothing out, that it was going to take a lot more people than me to get through this battle in life. And I had 8 surgeries during that time. I'm back on chemo now, and I don't have a path out of chemo. I'll be on chemo daily for the rest of my life. Obviously, back in July of 18, there was no way that I was going to make it till now September of 2021, and hopefully a little while longer. I'm not sharing this to make this anything about me. What I'm saying is totally about you. What you guys are facing as a company is real. We're forced to face giants we never imagined. But here's the cool thing. The people in this room are facing external obstacles that all of us can't see. We don't know what's going on with our brethren in this room right here. But what I do know is that each one of you are battle tested. You're ready for what lies ahead. We've got to unknow what we thought we knew. We've got to be willing to go to battle with each other. And even though we might face many obstacles, many setbacks, many struggles, which we will, together we can win this. The landscape of my life, I couldn't even begin to share with you some of the thoughts I had during those days in the hospital, especially when I had sepsis twice. I had an NG tube, which goes up your nose, down into your chest, had that twice. My mind was racing every direction you could imagine. But the one thing, believe it or not, that kept me going forward were friends like you. We may not have always been physically connected. We might not have always communicated on a daily, weekly, or yearly basis. But I knew you were there. And I knew when the chips were down, I could count on you. That's the continuity and the unity we've got to have in this room right here. We've got to know that each one of us is in this, and we're in this together. We're in this to win. Divided, we fail. we fail. There's so many players coming into our landscape. There's so many dynamics within our marketplace. Do we have problems? Absolutely. Are we going to continue to have? You bet we are. Are we going to question this every step of the way? We are. But what I'm asking you to right now is put your ego aside, put all your preconceived notions behind you, and be willing to face the struggles ahead with each person sitting around you. Because like I said, together we can win. By now, you've seen the little prop about the box and the seeds. I hope you take that information forward and realize that there's so many people that not only depend on you, but are looking for your guidance and your leadership to direct their life. When my journey started back in July 2018, without people in my life guiding me and directing me, left to my own device, I would have died way back then. But thank goodness I had people that I had to place my trust in. And those people came through. So place your trust in the people that are in this room right here. And they will come through. Be there for them and let them be there for you. There's no battle together that we can't win. But it starts with each one of us taking a hard look inside and realizing that we need each other. I hope you can do that. I don't even want to say that. I know you can do that. So let's take these meetings, take the wisdom that comes out of them. Let's pick those people that we talked about in the box and seeds, and let's water, nurture them, and grow them so that when we take a step forward, everybody around us is taking a step with us. And when we march together, we win the battle. Thank you for listening to my story. Most of all, thank you for coming to the meeting and being willing to do more.